welcome to another review. Today we're going to be taking a look at a Bowser locomotive. In fact, we got this is going to be a part one of a two-parter Bowser review. We got a second Bowser engine we're going to be taking a look at in part two. So should be a fun one, but we're going to kick things off with our first of the two Bowser locomotives we're going to review. In this slipcover, we've got the all-new SD30C-ECO, decorated for Canadian Pacific, number 5023. So, what do you say without further ado, we go ahead and take a look at this bad boy. Of course, very nice box here, very sturdy box, nice presentation here from Bowser. You got your clear plastic window where you can see the model inside. The box should protect the model very nicely in storage and transport. We'll go ahead and lift the top off like so here. I'll lay that off over there. And you can see the model resting inside right here. Now, one thing to note, these Bowser engines are packaged fairly similar to what the Atlas, Intermountain, and now Aurora Miniatures, the newcomer, are packaged very similar to this, where you have the locomotive screwed into the base here. So, so just FYI on that. One thing Atlas, wow. One thing Bowser did change is these extra little foam pads right here on the ends. That kind of helps protect them all a little better. However, the one downside is it makes it a little more difficult to extract this model out of the box. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause the video while I get this out and get it unscrewed from its base so we can take a look at this thing. So hang on just a second. We'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back now. We got the model unboxed, and let's go ahead and kind of get started by taking a tour of this thing. So I'm going to kind of turn it around here, and we'll start here at the front. And I'll zoom in on that, and I just dropped a little baggie right down the floor. So let's go ahead and zoom in on this guy. Let's go ahead and get started here. So, really nicely detailed locomotive from Bowser. Of course, you got your MU hoses right here. You got your little brake hose right here. Your other MU cluster right here. You got this jumper cable. It's a little difficult to see because it's painted black, but you can kind of see it reflecting off my light there. Kind of curled up, looks very nice. And you got, I'm assuming this is a KD coupler. If not, it may be an in-house Bowser coupler. I'm not real sure on that, but appears to be metal, so very nice coupler there. Of course, there's your ditch lights right there. Looks very nice. You might can make out the walkway tread too. Looks really good on this model as well. We'll kind of tilt up a little bit where we can see the nose and the windshield and everything. Of course, you got your nose mounted headlight here. The CP initials right here looks very nice. Got grab irons right here. Very nice handrails. Looks very nice. And I think I did forget to mention, I didn't show it, but the coupler uncut lever right there underneath the pilot. So I did kind of overlook that, but there it is right there. Looks very, very good. Coming back up here to where the cab is. Very nice looking cab. Of course, you got your windshield wipers right here. Again, it may be a little harder to see because these are painted black, but there's a windshield wiper there and a windshield wiper there. Of course, you got a little grab iron right here and this little raised metal plate here. Now, I'm not as familiar with these Canadian rebuilt SD40-2s. So if I miss anything, guys like James Galton and Trackside Mike that routinely watch this channel, if I miss anything, feel free to fill me in on anything that I might have missed, guys. Because like I said, my knowledge on Canadian locomotives in general is not all that great because we really don't see them that much down here where I'm located. So the only reason I bought this engine was because it looks really, really cool. And I always like these rebuild SD40-2s. So anyway, just continuing on here. Of course, you got the nice PTC antennas right here on top. Looks very, very good. I like the little wire that comes off these two white ones here and kind of curls around front. We'll get a better look at that when we fly over the top of this guy here. So we'll spin it around here to the side. Kind of take a look at the side of this guy here. Again, looks very, very nice. Right here, cab windows all look good. You notice there's no sunshades, which I do believe is correct for the Canadian Pacific SD30C-ECOs and probably most of Canadian Pacific's engines in general. I don't recall their locomotives having sunshades on, with the exception of the SD70ACUs. So again, like I said, if I miss anything on that, feel free to correct me on that. But I don't recall seeing sunshades on these engines in particular. So that all looks really, really good. It looks nice and clean. The windows are nice and flush. You can see a cab interior right there. It might be a little difficult to see. I'll have to zoom in on it, but here in a minute. But you got your grills right here underneath the or vents underneath the cab here. Truck detail is very, very nice, and I'll zoom in on that right quick where you guys can get a look at that. So the individual piping looks very, very good right here. Whoops, that's trying to blur out on me. So let me try that again. So the piping looks really, really good right here. The shock strut looks really nice. Brake details look nice. To my knowledge, this model does not have animated bearing caps, which honestly, for me, that's not a big deal. It's kind of less parts to lose, but the molded end detail looks really, really nice. Step detail looks very good. The wide accent stripes here look really, really nice. Again, handrails look nice and straight. Look really good here. I like the looks of them. Of course, the paint and decal looks very nice. Don't see any blemishes right here. Of course, you can see the even the smallest lettering is legible. You can see the SD30C-ECO, and I may have to zoom in a little further because my eyes are not that great. I'm going to try and read that. My phone's not wanting to focus all that good, but I'm assuming that says DRF-30. Boy, that is tiny. I think it's DRF-30. Why is my phone not wanting to focus on that? But anyway, I can't read the rest of it. I have to get a magnifying glass or something to read the rest of it. But anyway, it is actually all readable. I can read the DRF-30 on there. Unfortunately, my eyes aren't good enough to read the little tinier print. So, but anyway, that all looks really, really nice there. Fuel tank detail looks really good. Looks really, really nice there. I like the little vent tube comes off the front fuel tank here. Air tanks look very nice. Like I said, the fuel tank looks really, really good. You got your fuel filler neck, your sight gauge all looks good. I believe this is the emergency shutoff right here. Again, paint and decal looks nice and smooth, and no blemishes that I can see right here. Of course, moving up to the top, there's your exhaust hatch. All looks good. There's a better look at the PTC antennas that run along the top of the cab, excuse me. Dynamic brake fans right here looks really good. There's your air horn right there. Looks very nice. And back here, this is kind of where the the big changes happened with the rebuild of the SD40-2s. You notice it's a little hard to see from this thing, but when we get a look at the rear, you'll be able to see it better. The nice flared radiators looks really good. Of course, the radiator fans on top look nice. I don't believe this engine has see-through grills. That may turn off some people, but again, it doesn't bother me as long as it doesn't affect the locomotive's operating temperature. I've kind of had a theory that not only do the see-through grills on other models look really nice, but I also believe it allows the motor and the internals of the locomotive to actually cool better, because the heat's actually got several places to escape. So not sure how this will affect the operating temperature of this particular locomotive right here, but since I rarely operate when it's extremely hot outside, I don't think that's going to be a huge deal. So yeah, as long as the fans are see-through on top, that's neither going to be here nor there. So again, like I said, handrails look really nice along the side there. Looks real good. Of course, there's the rear truck detail right there. Again, looks very nice. The truck detail looks really good there. Of course, you got your sandpiping. You got a little sand line that runs down there. Be mindful of these sand lines right here. It is possible they can catch on stuff, so the way they hang down and everything, you know, it's really close to the top of the rail there. So be mindful when this locomotive goes, if you have one of these engines, and you have switches and stuff, there's a chance it could catch on the switches there. So it is possible you may have to actually trim those up just a little bit, just to be safe. It's not a sure thing, but it's definitely something to kind of keep an eye on. But they do look very, very nice. So let's come around here to the back of the engine. Excuse my hand for being in the way. So we'll start down here at the rear pilot. Very, very nice detail back here again. Again, you got your MU clusters here. Brake hose. Again, there's your knuckle coupler right there. Other MU cluster. Grab irons right here. Rear ditch lights. That's really cool right there. I'm assuming these work. So let me turn the camera where you can see them a little better. So there you go. Yeah, right there. Rear ditch lights right there. Spare knuckles with the spare knuckle holders looks very, very good. Of course, you notice the rear here has dual airlines, which I believe is a staple of Canadian Pacific. So that all looks very nice. Your coupler cut lever right there again looks really good. Various grab irons right here look nice. Details on the rear look very good. Rear handrails look nice. We'll keep going up. There's the rear numbers right there and the CP lettering. Of course, there's your rear headlight. Various grab irons. And this is kind of what I wanted you guys to take a look at. This is kind of one of the big differences. Check that out. That looks really cool. I like these SD40-2s with these SD30C-ECOs. I like the flared radiators on these guys. They look really, really neat. And this is really cool too. I'm assuming this is a yellow reflector stripe right here that runs down, that kind of runs down the outside edge of these, of the flared radiators and down the rear of the locomotive. So that looks really, really cool. I like that. That kind of makes them pop a little bit. I like that. So anyway, but one thing I did forget to mention, I was asking Trackside Mike about this, and if he happens to catch this video, maybe he can fill me in on what this little guy is right here. This little appendage. I had thought that this was probably a spare knuckle holder, but I don't think that's the case because of the spare knuckles here on this other side. So I'm curious as to what this is. I'm assuming it, I would imagine it's prototypical for the real SD30C-ECOs, but that's kind of interesting. I'm not really sure what this what this little part here does. You notice it's got the Canadian reflector stripes around it and everything. So, yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what that little part is right there. And speaking of little parts, this locomotive also came with a little baggie full of little parts here that I also don't know what is. I'm assuming it's spare parts for some of the details right up here, but I can't say that for sure. I really don't know what these are or where they go on the locomotive. I can't see any place where they go, and there's no instructions that shows where they go, so that's kind of the one thing I'm curious about. But anyway, kind of moving on here, we'll turn this guy around here and let you guys get a look at it. We'll zoom back out here a little bit, and it's pretty much the same story, second verse. A lot of nice detail. Of course, your grab irons, handrails all look nice. This side of the cab looks good. And this is really cool right here. You can see the interior of the cab. I'm going to zoom in on that, because that looks cool right there. You can actually see the control stands and everything right there. That's really, really cool. And I'm still trying to figure out what that says right there. I can read the DRF 30. I'm assuming those are 2-letter A's right there. Like I said, my camera sometimes doesn't like to focus. I can actually read it a little better on the side of the engine, but my eyes aren't good enough to really read the two little letters right here after the 30. So I may have to kind of get that thing up close and personal and figure out what that says here later. So anyway, but I just wanted to show you that. That looks really, really cool. Of course, you got your nice printed number boards. I did forget to mention that. Those look really nice. Come down the side here again. Fuel tank detail looks really good. Fan details look nice. Radiator section looks really, really nice. All the decals look really good. Seem to be readable and legible under magnification. So that all looks really nice. Now right back here on this truck, you got your chain right here. That's really nice. Again, your sanding lines right here. Truck detail all looks really, really good. Step details look nice. Just overall, really nice looking engine. Bowser did a really nice job on these locomotives. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the camera off my tripod, and we're going to kind of fly over the top of this guy. Let you guys get a quick top view of it before we take it out to the layout and test her out. So hang on just a second. Okay, we're going to take a quick fly over this engine where you can kind of get a better look at it top side. Again, you can see right there the very nice looking PTC antennas. Looks really nice. You can see the tread on the steps and the walkways look very, very good. Come down the top here. Of course, you see the really nice looking exhaust hatch right there. It looks really cool. That looks really, really nice. There's the fan detail. Again, looks extremely well done right there. And I believe those are see-through fans. So that's really nice. Better look at that air horn right there. Radiator section with the grab iron. Looks really, really good. Okay. So that's going to kind of take a look at the overview of this engine. While you say we take it out to the layout, give her a try. So hang on just a second. We'll be right back. All right, guys. So we're back out here on the layout. We're ready to try this guy out. So I'm going to plug the DCC controller up right quick. And we will test this guy out here. So we got our address set to number 3, so we're going to hit F8. Wow, that's really cool. Okay. Okay, wow, that sounds really nice. All right, so why don't we get started by turning the headlight on? Well, for some reason my controller isn't behaving itself again. So let's see, let's turn the ditch lights on. 6. 7. Well, I can see the rear headlights are lit up. There we go. Okay, nice bright headlights. Let's try F6. Wow. My goodness, look at the headlights on this thing. Yeah, that thing or show real good at night. Alright, let's ring the bell. Blow the horn. I gotta admit, that sounds really nice. Okay, let's move this thing forward and try the dynamic brakes. So I'm assuming that's going to be number 4. Yep. Give me just a second. I'm going to try and raise this up where we can see that a little better. Here's the rear headlights, and the rear ditch lights do light up. Check that out. That is cool. Man, oh man, that is awesome. Okay. So, I'm going to screw that back down like so. Wow, that is awesome. Okay. So that looks really, really cool. A little bit of light bleed there, but I don't think that's too terribly bad, so. That looks really cool. I apologize for my lousy camera work, but alright, well. What do you say we get this thing on a train and do a little test run with it and close the video out? Hang on just a second, we'll be right back. Alright guys, we got our SD30C-ECO out running on the home layout here, so looks really, really good. I love the fact the bell automatically sounds on this thing, like the modern engines do, so that's really a cool feature. But yeah, really like this engine. Bowser did a real nice job on it, so I guess we'll go ahead and call this video a wrap right here. So we hope you guys enjoyed this this video on this locomotive. Yeah, super cool engine. We got one more Bowser engine to go in our 2-part review, so be sure to stay tuned for that. It's going to be a really cool one. So yeah, can't wait to dig into that thing. I've seen some of the other guys review it, review that locomotive, and it's a really nice one. Let's just say this: if you're a BC Rail fan, you're going to want to check this next video out. So, all right, guys, I'll take care of our review on this SD30C-ECO. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you in the next video, everybody. Take care, all. Bye for now.